Hello everyone, this is Vikas from Networkers Home, and today's topic for this video is device templates. So device template, as we are aware of, is the core of SD-WAN solution, and templating is what we basically call these new solutions of SD-WAN or SDN, right? The templating is the core of the whole solution, so that you can create a template once and you can apply to multiple devices or multiple time to multiple devices at any point of time. That saves you a lot of time and efforts. So, what is the definition of device template? A device template is nothing but a configuration template for various devices in your Cisco SD-WAN network. It has further a small component which is called feature templates, and a device template, we can say, is consist of feature templates. So where does it get applied, and what are the prerequisites that you need to know before you apply the Cisco SD-WAN device templates? So the first thing that we need to know is the device template can be only applied to all the devices. Let's say you have a single device template, you want to apply to hundreds of devices. You have to make sure that those devices are same device model and mostly the same version. It's like you used to do, you know, load balancing in ASAs and other things. You need to have same model and same version of the device. So here also, a device template will have same model or version before you apply it to that. Now, if you have, let's say, VH 1000 and VH 2000, you cannot apply the same template to both the devices. You have to choose one device type. That is due to the limitation of features, also because the way Cisco SD-WAN solution gives you the permission. So what are the devices supported by it? You can see it here in this graphics. Now, two type of device templates are managed by vmanage. In vmanage mode, there are two type of templates: CLI template and device template. CLI template is basically you copy the show run from any of the device and then you modify whatever changes you want to apply and push it through vmanage. Once the device is managed by vmanage using CLI template, you cannot do a telnet and SSH to the device further. I mean, you can do the telnet and SSH to the device, but you will not be able to make any kind of change, but you will be able to run most of the show commands, right? So it is actually a vmanage mode option that you have. Then you have device template, which is a graphical interface option where you can create a device template, which will further consist of small features called feature templates, and you can apply that. By default, it is important to know that by default, all devices are into CLI mode. However, once you apply a device template or CLI template, the device cannot be controlled by the CLI mode, which means you cannot go to CLI and just make any kind of configuration change, although the show commands, as I said previously, are allowed. Now, feature templates are the core component of a device template because device template is just a big box. In that, you have small pieces of configuration. So device template contains multiple feature templates like system, like AAA, you want to apply BGP, you want to apply OSPF, so you want to apply VPN features and everything else. Those are all going to be feature templates. Then you combine all of them together in a single device template and apply the device template to the SD-WAN device. You cannot apply a feature template to the SD-WAN device directly. First, the feature template has to be combined together, put it into a device template, and then the device template can be applied. There are also feature templates that we generally configure, right? The configuration parameters. Also, there are a lot of default feature templates available in Cisco solution. So these are pre-configured default options, and you cannot delete most of these default feature templates. Now, what are the benefits of device template? The biggest benefit is that you create it once and apply it many times. It saves you a lot of time and the implementation is much faster. So once the device template is completed, even to thousands of devices, if you want to apply the same model, you can basically apply it. The last point here is that which device need to be controlled by device template. So any device where you want to apply template in the future needs to be controlled by device templates. Let's say you decided that I don't want to apply device templates to any of the device. What is the option left? Option is that you have to go through CLI. If you want to make any change on vSmart, you have to go through CLI. You configure it manually for each VPN, for each IPsec VPN, etc. Right? And you push it from the CLI itself. If you don't want to do that, if you create some kind of configuration once and want to apply it again on the vSmart or vBond or vmanage, all these devices can be managed. So almost all devices support device template implementation. Also, it supports all physical devices, all the models supported by Cisco SD-WAN solution, and all the virtual routers like vEdge and cEdge are also can be controlled through device template. Plus, as we discussed, vmanage, vBond, and vSmart. Now let's look at the lab and see how it works in the real world. Okay, so here I'm in my lab, and as we can see here, there is no device template. There are two CLI templates which I'm going to delete because we don't need anything here, so that we can do everything from the scratch. So I have a couple of devices in my network, and I'll just show you those as well so that you can see the topology. What I'm going to configure is I'm configuring VH1 and VH2 using the device template. Okay, and VH1, VH2 is connecting to internet and MPLS both. So the first thing that I need to do is I need to know what kind of devices do I have, and I'm going to create a device template. You can see here from feature template. So that's an option. The other option is CLI template, and I have created another video to show how to create a CLI template. I'm also going to create another video in detail for CLI template. For this one, we go to device template from feature template, and here I will choose the kind of device I have. So I have virtual vEdges, and what I'll do is I'm going to create for vEdges, I'm going to create a template here. So all the vEdges I will create one template, all the cEdges, right, I'm going to create another template. Now you see that device template is basically divided into 4 parts as of now: the basic information, transport and management, service VPN, and additional templates. So basic information is, these are the couple of parameters that you see here. The basic, which is your system parameters, and you have additional here, then AAA, OMP, BFT, and you see that most of it has the default setting. So you have to leave OMP kind of protocol with the default setting till the time you are not making any kind of changes here. But we have to configure VPN 0, VPN 512 for sure to do the minimum skinning configuration, and further we will do service VPNs and other things. These are all app optionals. You want to create a banner, you want to create some kind of policy, and SNMP or security policy. These are called local policies, so we can do that here. So the basic information, then you click on transport, you come to your this one, and then you come to service VPN, which is your private VPNs, and then your additional templates. These are the additional templates. So let's start the configuration. First thing that we need, minimum basic, is a system template here, right? And you remember the system template corresponds to the previous CLI config we did for the skinny, which is system, host name, site ID, vBond, etc., etc., right? So you see that the couple of values are already there. The system IP, site ID is all there. I will not touch it. Overlay by default is 1 till the time you are not using the multi data center kind of implementation of your vmanage. It's going to be, or your service provider implementation kind of thing. So you will have overlay as 1. Time zone, which basically depends if you are using NTP in your organization. Host name is this parameter is already set. So let me click on it here to show you that the option that I have is a global and a device specific. So global is if it is a fixed value, which means for all the devices where this template is going to be applied, this value is going to be same, right? Which is not the case. For every device, the site ID is going to change. So that's the reason it is device specific is already selected there. And here I will say system template for vHs. Give a useful name so that you can remember, because the name scheme is very important. The schema is very important. Now location and all that is optional. Device groups are optional. Controller groups, if you are applying this template to vBond, vmanage or vsmart, those are the controllers. So that is, you are not putting them into any kind of group. Console value you would require, you can give any value for console. That's absolutely fine. You want to control your OMP sessions, optional. You don't need to do anything like that there. And most of these parameters are going to be optional for you. So just say save here. So system template is done, right? Now further I need to come down here and I need to go to VPN 0. So I'll go to VPN 0 here and I will name it VPN 0 template. I'll give the same name here to the description, VPN 0, and the name could be, if you want to give it global, that's absolutely fine. Say transport VPN. Okay, the number is going to be 0. You want to give DNS IP here. It's generally a great idea. So, but it's optional again. All you have to do is, if you want to give the value here, just say whatever is the value, and that's all. If you want to give secondary, you could just go here and give a secondary value, and that's all. Then what protocol do you want to advertise into the OMP right now? Nothing. Okay, I'll say save. So my VPN 0 template is done. Now I need to pick up the interface for VPN 0. I have two interfaces. Out of that, one interface is active. So I will just focus on one that is active. Do you want that interface to be shut down? No, I want no shut, right? What is going to be your interface name? This is very tricky, very important. Give the exact name of the interface that you have there. Otherwise, it is going to create problem. Description, I'll say default, whatever was the default value here. And the IP, what kind of IP you want to give? I'll say I'll give site specific IP, VPN 4 static IP. Tunnel interface, of course, it needs to be on, right? Because it's a VPN 0 interface, so tunnel interface has to be on. And in global, you can choose your whatever internet service. It could be anything, right? Basically depends on your choice. Restrict option not required. Right now we want it to form OMP peer with everybody, but tomorrow if you want to exclude MPLS etc., you can do that. Do you want to put it into part of some group? Nothing right now. Are you using NAT, something like that? Not really. And all these parameters, netconf is important, so make sure that you turn it on. SSH is also should be on, so make sure you have SSH as on. Okay, go to save. Okay, I think I forgot the name on the top. So this template is VPN 0 interface template, right? So VPN 0 interface, then you come down here and all other options are optional. You want to apply some ACLs, you want to apply QoS map, you want to do traffic shaping, you can give value here, not required at this time, put default, say save. So what's the second option done? This is also done. Now I'll go to VPN 512, which is my management IP, out of band management IP. And here I will go and configure it as VPN 512. Remember that this is mandatory, right? It's not a choice. There is no choice that we have here. And what's the name you want to give? I will give it global name so that it doesn't bother me. VPN 512 is the global name. What do you want to do? Nothing really. Save it. On the top, then I forgot the name again. So VPN 512. VPN 512. Save it. So that is also done. Now, what is your physical interface for VPN 512? So I'll have to create that. I'll just go ahead here and create that also. So again, global is going to be a physical interface, and ETH0 is my physical interface. Sorry, ETH0. You have to see your devices because this parameter can create a lot of problem if you do it wrong. Static IP, yes, and device specific, but I want to give it a name here for VPN 512. Okay, and what else is there? Tunnel interface on this? No, absolutely none. Save it, and I think I forgot the value again here. VPN 512 interface, right? This is interface. So I'll just go ahead and do this here. Do a save and create the device template. That's a minimum one that we need. And what I'll do is I'm going to apply. So the device template is created. I will apply this device template, but just want to. Okay, so I'll just go to vh1 and apply this device template here. It is going to ask me specific parameters to this. So what is going to be my VPN 512 values? This is here. What is going to be my VPN 0 interface? If you ever get confused, you just scroll your mouse here and you can see that gigabits 00, right? So if you get confused at any point of time, which interface are we talking about? You focus on this one. Host name is vh1. System IP is 5.5.5.5. Site ID is going to be 1. So that's all, and you say update, next. And you can see that configuration difference side by side, and here you can see what is the new configuration that is going to get applied. Couple of naming conventions changed, nothing more. I forgot the default route, so there is no default route here, and the issue with that is that I may lose connectivity if I don't give a default route. I may lose connectivity to my vBond in that case. Okay, so that's the problem, and I did not intend to give DNS here on VPN 512. I was intending to give it on. So I think this is a previous config which is already there. So what I want to make change here is before I apply to it, because I'm going to lose connectivity to my device, to my network, especially my vmanage. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and make changes to my VPN 0 interface, right? This is the place where I'm going to put what? My default route. So VPN 0 template. Right, IPv4 route is what I forgot. So I'll click on IPv4 route and I'm going to put IPv4 route. This should be 0.0.0.0/0. I need a next hop, and this is going to be 15.15.15. Or what I'll do is, because for each device is going to change, I'll change it to this. Next hop IP, I'll say add, and update it. Okay, all good. Again, go to device template and apply it to the device. Now we should not lose connectivity. So you should be very careful with the default routes and everything, because if you have a segmentation going on, your vmanage is not in the same subnet, that can create problem for you. So VPN next hop address. This is the new value that has come, so that's going to be 15.15.15.1.2. 15.1 is our IP, 15.2 is our gateway. Site ID. Update. Next. And we'll just see the configuration change here side by side. And you see that these are the couple of changes. Nothing much. I'll just go ahead and apply this. If there is no problem with the configuration, there should be a success here. Okay, so validation is success, but the real success will happen here. If we do not have a conflicting IP, if we do not miss out on anything else, so it's a success now. So this device template is associated with device vEdge1 here. Now what if I want to apply the same template to another device also, right? vEdge2. So I can easily go here, and that's the beauty of SD-WAN solution, that you can just go here, attach it, and here give device specific parameters for the second device, right? So this is going to be 16.16. Okay, not this one. This is instead of this, my second device network is designed in such a way, so, and then my VPN address is going to be 16.16 because my subnet changes. My host name is going to be vEdge2, system IP is this, and site ID is same. Click next, and you see that how fast are we able to configure our devices by couple of changes that we have to put. And you can see my topology. The internet 1 and vEdge1 and vEdge2 are both getting provisioned using these device templates here. So once the first template is created, it becomes very easy to apply that template to the rest of the network. So you see that the second device is also configured using device template. If I go to my template now, I should be able to see two devices are attached here. If I click on these two devices, it will show us vEdge1 and vEdge2. Two devices are now mapped to this particular template. So now even if you have 100 devices, you want to provision configuration to them, right? You can provision using single template here, provided they are of the same type. They are of the same model. So this is a small demo about the device template and hope you like it. Thank you.